Hi people, welcome to Chess 24/7 and you are encountering another online chess blitz video. I am playing with white pieces and we have Philidor Defence once again. I think Philidor is getting popular among the masses, but in my eyes it is still not that lucrative defense. I consider it to be a passive defense. Although I might be wrong, but I mean right off the bat black is putting a lot of pressure on the white side is putting a lot of pressure on the black side, my bad. Uh, So that's why yes, I consider it's not that attractive in my eyes. Although the board is going to be open for a while, but let's see whether I can go with my present structure, with my present piece structure combination. Let's hit his bishop and let's see whether black retreated his bishop, but I think this won't avoid black from having double pawns. Although having double pawns doesn't always means that uh, it is disadvantageous for your opponent. But okay, before playing anything, let me play h3 to create a small pocket to avoid any knight to h5 knight to a5 stuff. Yeah, so having double pawn doesn't mean that your opponent is c2 pawn, is it? Yeah, doesn't mean that you can win him right off the bat, because double pawns need a full plan to attack. You cannot attack them right off the bat. Just whenever you see a double pawn, you should not go after it. But in this case, I think I can win a pawn on the c file, and there's another reason to exchange of my bishop for the knight, because um, due to the fact that his pawns are doubled, this means that there's cluster of pawns over here, and my bishop might not would have been that effective in controlling the game, because knights in close position perform better than bishops. And let's stop any king to f5 infiltration. f5, I like to maintain my center pawn, although this is an isolated pawn if exchange take place. Let's get my king activated and let's get rid of this pawn. But yes, I'm opening other files for my opponent also, which I cannot control at this moment. But I think because of the presence of these double pawns on the e file, I think I'll be having a slight advantage, as kind of an upper hand on my opponent. But yes, this h pawn looks really dangerous because this is now a pass pawn. I can easily get out of this thing. And I think both the kings are getting towards the center, which is a typical thing because it is the end game now, and king play an integral role in the end game. Let's defend my f3 pawn. Although I have to take care of this h pawn, but at the moment, I guess, because my opponent's rook is in front of his own pawn, it won't be that problematic for me. Uh, okay, anyhow, I was going to lose one of my pawns, but now I can push for my pass pawn also. Let's scoot my king up, and let's see. I think I am in a much better situation, but let's first restart. if my opponent can take my e5 pawn, but let me restrict my opponent's king. Okay, I won't capture on e5. Sorry, on f3. I'll let my opponent capture my rook on h3, and now I'll recapture, because now my pawn cannot be stopped that easily. Yeah, I think this is winning for white. Yeah, and I had to be really careful, because king to f7, and then f8, and then rook to h8, squaring my king to my queen, and then I had to say bye bye to my newly resurrected queen, and then it would be a kind of a draw, because my opponent's king would be quite fast to grab those queenside pawns. But let's play now. It's my turn. I think this is just winning, because somehow I will be able to give him a fork. Yes, I can fork my opponent's king and his rook. Okay, my opponent resigned. Good game. Tough competition. Let's revert and see what do we have. e4, e5, knight f3, d6, d4, bishop g4. We have Philidor Defence, and obviously the book move after d takes e5 is bishop takes f3, queen takes f3, d takes e5, and bishop c4 is aggressive, because now there is an imminent threat on the f7 pawn, and the threat is queen takes f7 checkmate. And I think I should have not given up my bishop pair, because I like to play with my bishop pair. And queen to d6 is absurd. To be very honest, it is, because over here he should have developed his knight to some square better, because uh, even if I take his bishop now, queen takes my knight, queen takes queen, pawn takes queen. Yeah, there was no way to protect to avoid these double pawns on the f file, but now uh, white and black, they both are equally developed, but queen to d6 is not that imminent according to me, because on when the queen was on d8, it was still protecting the bishop on f6. So just to avoid any knight to h5 stuff. And yes, I think having a rook on the second or seventh file in this case is just tremendous. And yes, I won't exchange off pieces over here, because now I can put pressure on my opponent's weakened double pawns, and this lonely e4 pawn is fixating the problems of the black side, because of the e3 pawn, the pawns on e5 and e6 cannot move, and thus I can put pressure on these weaknesses of black. And yeah, this h pawn was quite problematic for me. It was creating a havoc in my side, but again, because his own rook is in front of that pawn, it is going to be a bit difficult for my opponent to advance. If this would have been the case a couple of moves ahead, then the situation might would have been different, but because his own rook was in front of his pawn, it was quite difficult for my opponent to advance uh, his queening pawn. And if king to f8, rook to h8 check, and he can win my queen. And now I think, yeah, still I think uh, black won't be uh, able to win the game. So anyhow, good game, good game. And yeah, that's it for this video. If you like my video, hit like, comment, subscribe. You can yeah, I'm an amateur, I don't know that great moves, so if you have some better suggestions, it would be really great. And yeah, with that said, this is the end of this video. I hope you liked my video. See you in my next video. Till then, take care. Tada. Goodbye.